Before the war, Serhiy Demchenko lived between two Ukrainian cities, Mariupol and Cherkasy. His disabled son Arthur and his mother lived in Mariupol in the same house, while his ex-wife Alevtina and twin daughters Ola and Hannah lived in another house across the street. In Cherkasy, the man lived with his current wife. Serhiy was in Mariupol when Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The twins, together with their mother, Alevtina, very quickly moved to the house where Serhiy, his mother, and son Arthur were staying. March the 18th. Cold, darkness and fear. Serhiy and his family stayed in the basement all night because of shelling in the city. The cold was so piercing that they could not stand it and moved into the house, but shelling continued to haunt Serhiy's family. "Quick, quick!" shouted the man. The mother, ex-wife and two daughters ran out first, and Serhiy began to drag his son Arthur. And then there was an explosion, and in an instant, Serhiy's life was divided into before and after. The ringing in his ears and his vision blurred. The shock had passed, and Serhiy was finally able to see his mother. The severely weakened woman with smoke pouring out of her hair and clothes were lying on the floor with a leg torn off. I ran outside. One of my daughters, Hannah, was lying on the doorstep. She was already dead. Her leg was torn off. My second daughter, Ola, and ex-wife were lying near the sauna. Ola was dead. Alevtina was still trying to move, says Serhiy. The neighbors ran for help, and Serhiy returned to the building, took his son by the shoulder, and rushed to the basement of the house across the street. After a while, he carried his mother there as well. The ex-wife was able to make a few movements, but they were her last. Now, Serhiy's only duty was to save his mother and his last living child, Arthur. The man found out that there was a hospital on the outskirts of the city. It was necessary to drive down the street only at low speed and with an emergency light. If the car was going fast, they would shoot without warning, recalls Serhiy. March the 22nd. After driving through mines, over sidewalks and fallen trees, Serhiy managed to make his way to the hospital. His mother was immediately carried away on a stretcher. The prognosis was not good. The doctor insisted on amputating her leg, otherwise death would come for her as well. "I'd rather die," said the woman. She was bandaged and they all went home together. All I wanted at that moment was to bury my daughters and my ex-wife. The man buried his girls under an apple tree. He dug a grave for 4 at once and made a cross from what was there. Finally, he could calm down a little. At least they're not lying in the street anymore, Serhiy recalls. April the 2nd. Mum passed away in the first days of April. She wanted to meet God not in a dirty basement but in her bed. So there her son took her. That's how, from the whole family, only 2 survived. Serhiy and his son Arthur. A single missile strike took the lives of 3 generations at once. The granddaughters, the mother and grandmother. Serhiy and Arthur managed to escape from Mariupol and reach territories controlled by Ukraine. Arthur was invited to a rehabilitation center for the disabled in Germany, and Serhiy went to Poland, where his wife had been able to migrate. "I will definitely return to Ukraine to rebury my girls, but only when our army knocks out the Russians from there."